Now you know that racism, America's #1 problem, but it looks like people are afraid to admit it. Which helps it become #1. Equals jealousy of another color in the form of value. Let's actually fix the problem, instead of just talking about fixing the problem. And I mean really fix it, because a lot of problems are not hard to solve. It's just that people don't want to solve them, and that's most likely because the problem benefits them, so it's not really a problem to them. And please, research, investigate, and learn yourself. Like I said before, in general, mankind has 4 key problems: communication, greed, denial, and hate. The first 2 are good in one sense, communication and greed, but the last 2 are never good, denial and hate. Now at this point in our human history, it seems like the most important one right now is communication. Like I said, our best skill set, even though we're losing the ability to communicate effectively in a time when there are too many forms of communication for some human beings to handle. So it's important that I explain the history of communication. But right now, it is more important to explain why it is so messed up right now. Let me give you a quick example. When the term social justice reform came out, it was ignored, but recently has been gaining momentum. But right now, there is a new term, defunding the police. So basically, you went from social justice reform to defund the police. But when you think about it, they both mean reallocating funds from an anti-crime, aggressive approach to a de-escalated, less lethal force approach. More money for training, analytics, psychological and legal personnel. Instead of 2 or 3 cops inclined to use lethal force to resolve the situation, you can have 1 cop, 1 personnel trained in psychology, and 1 personnel trained in legal de-escalation, all analyzing the situation and consulting with a supervisor who should be from the community, managed by the community. But it's hard to get that message out when Republicans are winning the argument, sticking to just the talking point that Democrats gave them with defund the police. Since there was no clear plan for certain situations, like for real deadly force. Once you defund the police, what happens when real violent criminal activity is present? What will be the result? And violent criminals will take advantage of the situation, guaranteed. The Republicans took that talking point and multiply it times 100. Republicans are masters at looping their message or talking points out better, because by just looping defund the police a million times in social media, that's all someone who doesn't listen to the news that much will hear. Defund the police, defund the police, defund the police. Remember, first step in invading and controlling a country is communications. The media is the enemy of the people. Now, I've been believing, for decades, the government runs the country, but the media runs the information in the country. The 2 biggest influences on your life, with sometimes the least awareness or understanding. Republicans are more politically aware, and they know how to loop their talking points a million times over, better to their base, than Democrats can market their message to their base. In other words, the Democrats' #1 problem is marketing. Plus, as you can see, Republicans voters are less likely to check their sources than Democrats. The Democrats' #1 problem is marketing. Marketing, marketing, marketing. CNN is fake news, felling New York Times. CNN is fake news, felling New York Times.
Marketing, marketing, marketing. Sleepy Joe Biden, protect PRE existing condition, Florida will be socialist like Cuba. Marketing, marketing, marketing. I done more for African Americans than any president except Abraham Lincoln.
What about Lyndon B. Johnson, JFK, Harry Truman, who desegregated the U.S. Armed Forces?
Nixon, even, segregated the schools. Marketing, marketing, marketing.
And some don't give a damn. They just hate all this diversity and equal rights. Plus, like I said 2 years ago, guns, low taxes, Supreme Court judges. Democrats do know how to talk, and they're intelligent. But intelligence is not the same thing as smart. The message is too intelligent, too academic, too geeky, and not enough excitement. It's not cool, compared to the energy and excitement that lying ass Trump brings to the Republican Party. We, as humans, can't even understand why we root for bad guys in movies. Hell, we even root for bad cops in movies. But the bad guy is so cool, we understand and justify it to a great movie. Name one big blockbuster cop movie where the main cops in the movie did everything to get the bad guys legally. And you wonder how a guy can lie so much and get so much support. Because he's pure marketing. He's like the best lying salesman in the world. And his first step to win his supporters over is the same first step the military uses when they attack. Knockout communications. The media is the enemy of the people. The media is the enemy, and then you say it a million times over. So, if I turn the media off, I'd only listen to his lies, or somebody else's that he approves of. In other words, turn off CNN, the #1 resource and source for news, because they are the enemy. And turn on Fox News, where he and his loyal surrogates can go and tell you some more lies about how I built the biggest economy in the world and how CNN, MSNBC, NBC, and CBS, and ABC is fake news. Don't watch fake news, stupid. The biggest economy in the world. Seriously, yeah? We have been the biggest economy in the world since the 1920s. That's 90 years straight, and he comes in off The Apprentice and just built the biggest economy in the world. But that's not fake news. It doesn't matter if he says it a million times over. Lawyers will tell you, it's not what you know, is what you can prove in a court of law. And I haven't heard not one Democrat addressed that biggest economy lie yet. Not one time over. Maybe they did somewhere, and I just didn't hear it, but it definitely wasn't loud enough. Or it was just a boring message. The answer most likely is, it was just a boring presentation of the message. If you listen to Freddie's message, he finally put it in a song. The majority of the major musical artists vote Democratic. Some make political songs, or whole albums. But they are not as hot as songs where you just kickin' it. But guess what? I'm gonna take a cue from Freddie and make a song. And I dedicate it to Democrats.
Democrats don't get it. No, they ain't with it. Nope. I'm just saying, why you playing? Trump is dictating. Yep. Build a whole new nation. Whoa. Why you sit there playing? Cause of we debating? We's a waiting for you to understand. It's the conversation. It's the conversation. Yeah. Is how you win the nation. Talk to them. Damn Democrats, too damn intelligent. Trump is on that pimpin' lick. Lie to you, make it stick. And you cannot challenge it unless you with them Fox and friends. Stay away from CNN. Make them fake, now he wins. Make you think he's losing it. Get them judges in there quick. Give them voters what they want so he can shoot someone on fifth. Democrats are losing this because they too intelligent. Shocking and unprecedented. And he do it one more again. Laughing at them damn. This is how they getting trim. When it comes to politics, you can't beat Republicans. Democrats are partying, acting fly while socialin'. GOP is studying, building walls and loving it. Wanna ban Muslims, Hispanic immigrants. Democratic voters know less about the government. Trump knew all of this, but we didn't know how much they hate Obama as president. Often wish he shouldn't have won. Greedy haters, it has spawned. All hell, Trump the done. Mess with him, cut your funds. Any state or nation. Don't believe me, ask Ukraine. Speaker Nancy is insane. Spitting game, make you lame. Maybe you'll figure it out. How you can dumb the whole damn country down. Injected disinfectant. Impeached but still stepping. Whoa. Behind the scenes, money get. Yep. He's still making trust money. Super pimpin'. Hotter than a Haitian. Bowling. Democrats playing. They's playing. Democrats playing. Y'all need to pass some laws to stop a president from having such a ball. Y'all gon' let us fall. This country started raw. And when it comes to beef, racism tops them all. But yeah, you can't believe how he is bringing heat. He gives them energy and calls Joe Biden sleep. That's why they look so weak. By having comedy, his slang has better reach. That means it's better speech. How you gon' teach when you act so geek. Kill it nice and sweet. And bring a little street.
Yeah,
Bring
we
a
gotta
little
keep-
street.
we gotta stop
Take a defeat.
down, you know what I'm
Can't
saying?
afford it. Too important.
Yeah, gotta let them know what's up. You know,
We gotta debate
Y'all
it.
need to check this out right here.
income equality and all that. This how it
Check
goes
this out.
down.
Bernie had some energy, but he was straight going for greed. Never bet against the bank. Vegas Strip will make you think. They ain't giving up them trillions. It don't matter how you feeling. Chilling like they out in space. Out of touch with our faith. They can't communicate.
They
Can't communicate. Got too much cake. Plus you in the way. Bunch of old flakes. Tricking every state.
Yep.
Tricking for the bait.
Huh.
So progressives hate.
Whoa.
Now progressives great.
Yep.
And they gaining weight. Get you out the way. Cause you running late.
Yep.
Democratic trait is on the mutate. While Republicans know who they want in. They don't care all about the line in their face. They just know what they wanna hate. Got us living in two worlds in the same place. That's why Democrats need to communicate.
Obama need to communicate. Y'all gotta communicate to them more effective. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't really talking to them. Y'all talking too academic, too smart. You know, it got no slang, it's got no feel, no flow to it. You know, they ain't trying to hear that. You know, they want to hear somebody more confident, is more down to earth. You know, Trump is fooling them with his down to earth. You know, he just spitting lies out there. They sucking it up. Y'all have to do better marketing than that if y'all want to beat him. Yeah, got to know how to communicate. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing it for thousands of years, but we're losing it because they's playing. Let's stop a prayer rule.